What is up, everybody? It is Wednesday, October 16th. Today, I took two losing trades, as you can see. And then here is the trade that I should have taken. But let's get into why I was looking for shorts today. So, on the 4-hour time frame, we had the move on up here. I was still thinking that this was accumulation, manipulation on up into this 4-hour fair value gap, and distribution down, looking to target these two levels of liquidity here. This was obviously the 4-hour level of liquidity, and there was a 1-hour one as well there. Coming into the market open, I wanted to see, as you can see, price moved up very slowly, barely moved overnight. We didn't really rebalance any kind of higher time frame fair value gap, but what I was watching was, let me try to remember here, I couldn't find anything on the 1-hour. Yes, apart from the fact that we had this 1-hour fair value gap that we had tapped a couple times, and I was looking to see if we were going to get a 1-hour close below that to look for shorts. I was hoping that it would be like a close like here, and then I can target shorts to go lower, particularly getting this level right there. As you can see, that was a swing low that I was targeting, which we swept, but we didn't get the other two targets that I had, which were these levels right there. I also wanted to see a 15-minute close below this level right here to then go short as well, to have further confirmation on those shorts, which we got after the 9:45 candle was printed, or this 9:30 to 9:45 candle printed. And I got in after that. I looked in for a short after that. It felt really good. That's my usual trading model. But unfortunately, it did not work out. Price came back up to rebalance a little bit, totally fine, and I was waiting for that. So let's actually go into the 1 minute just to look at that. So overall, right, the bias was short just based off of the price action that had been happening. So I waited for 9:45. We closed below those levels, or really the 15-minute level, and so I wanted to see a 1 minute inversion fair value gap get created, and as you can see, we get that right here. We get created there, put my stop above that high, that swing high right there, and I targeted that 164 level for a nice 1 to 2.48. So this is my trading model. It works every time, most of the time. But of course, nothing is 100%. As you can see, price then comes back and stops me out. Totally cool. What do I do in this case? I sit back. I don't take any other trades here. And I wait for price to come back and rebalance this 15-minute fair value gap, which was an inversion fair value gap at that time. So once price is in this area, I'm just watching these fair value gaps here just to see if we get any kind of confirmation to go short. Once we come up to this one, I see that we are rejecting off of this. I didn't see it at the time. I was busy and I had stepped away from my desk. I actually came back to my desk once it was down here, which is why I had marked that to see if there was any kind of other secondary entry I could get. But unfortunately, no. This is the trade that I should have taken. We got this 1 minute fair value gap right there. We've got this bearish one that gets respected. We reject off of it. We inverse this 1 minute bullish fair value gap right there. Put your entry there. Stop above the latest swing high right there. And I was targeting at least a 1 to 2 is what I ideally would have wanted. You could have taken off a partial right here, which would have been a little bit like a little over 1 to 1, 1.3. But this low right there would have been perfect. That was about it. That's pretty much the only one. Because just because of how price action has been acting and behaving lately, I would have probably taken off the majority of my position off at 1 to 2, and then left runners, which of course would have been stopped out here at these candles right there. Now, because I saw this displacement, and overall, the structure was looking bearish. We did retrace into OTE and then rejected off of that. I figured, hey, we're just going to get some kind of retracement to then re-enter. But that's where my analysis was wrong. Okay. We came back up into OTE. This displacement should have been enough to continue going lower, down into this level. It should have been a continuous, something like this, right? Just continuous pump and drop, not a big move on up like this, and then just very slow price action through this. That was my mistake to then enter. Seeing that, I should have automatically started to think, hey, something's not right here. We're probably going to head on higher. We're lacking follow through, as you can see. We came down, created that short-term high, created a higher low, and we displaced above that. So as you can see, right, it's obvious where my entry was. I was late to it, to this one, so I tried to get a re-entry. We get a stop, or we get a candle close below that 1 minute bullish for value gap, stop above the high. Price chops around a little bit, keeps me in a little bit of profit. I was going to take some off here, but price moves back on higher and stops me out. So once it did that, I walked away from the charts. I did not want to take any other trades, and I am glad I didn't, because look at this price action. It was abysmal. It was a very slow climb back on up, but we didn't even hit the high of day. We kind of just stayed within the range of that drop, and that's annoying. That is annoying price action to deal with. Yes, there could have been long setups in here that you could have taken. I mean, overall in the 15-minute time frame, it was technically bullish. I mean, if you look at the bodies, we have a low, we have a high. So here, this looked like it was just going to reject, continue lower, but because of that failure to displace below this low here, we didn't get that displacement that I like to see. That's why we didn't follow through. Come down, come up here, we create a lower high. So I was like, okay, cool. We were creating a lower high. No displacement below here. So after 12 o'clock, I had more than enough reason to look long. But I don't trade the PM session. I don't. You guys know that, and I always talk about that. So if after 12 o'clock, I'm looking for price to go higher, where could have there been an entry? Well, we look for a bearish fair value gap to form. Okay, we've got one right here. This is after the reverse. This is Q4 on the day, so I tend to be a little more lenient with that Q1, Q2 rule that I usually have. But look for a bearish fair value gap to get invalidated. You got one right here, very small, very, very small. Let's get my drawing tool here. Right here. And your entry could have been this candle right there. Stop below that low and target pockets of liquidity. So the first one here, second one here, and you could have gone to the third TP here and the fourth TP there. Sorry, I shouldn't have moved that. And if you did that, right, you catch all of this. So yeah, maybe I should start looking at PM session, guys. After 12 o'clock, I should start looking at it maybe, because there's a lot of good setups that seem to be coming around during the PM session once a objective on AM session gets hit. But I guess I'll take it with a grain of salt. But yes, 2 losing trades, walked away. That was it for me. And yeah, so I ended up red. All good. We can come back tomorrow, and we still have 2 more trading days this week. So hopefully you guys ended up green, and I will catch you all tomorrow. Peace.